Hi everyone. I love it outside right now. The weather is beautiful. Um, Here in Dubai, those of you who know Dubai climate, it gets really hot during the summer months, and there's no way that you can be out. So, thought, why not? Be outdoors and just feel the fresh air and get connected to um, the earth energies. And right now the trees are I'll just show them to you. There you go. Look at that. They were saying hello to you. It's beautiful, isn't it? All right, let me just put it back. Okay, so we're back again with yet another, let me see, yeah, with another video here and my cup of coffee. In fact, why don't I share my journey with you guys? A lot of people feel, they think that, you know, Tara has it easy probably, and she doesn't understand our challenges that we are going through, and stuff. And especially when I say to you all that try and stay with whatever is happening to you right now, honor the now moment and feel whatever you're feeling right now. So no, it hasn't been easy for me. I have been in fact, I was a corporate person, and I was working in the hotel industry and then went into banking. um, it was actually, why don't I just go a little further back in my life? So, um, I arrived in Dubai in almost about 20 years ago now, and I just had gotten a divorce, and I moved to Dubai. There was a huge amount of there's a lot of story behind that as well. Um, my divorce was really painful, and my marriage left me with a 1-year-old baby, my baby boy, who's a grown-up young man now, and it left me with feeling a huge amount of pain in the relationship area. And that's where my journey of embarking on understanding what really love is started. Because till then, I think I can easily say that I really didn't know what love is or what love was. And the divorce was really painful, not because it was a lot of people have divorces where it's really dirty. It wasn't anything of the sort, but it was very painful because of me, because the way I was connected with the marriage, I was very dependent on my ex-husband, and felt very fearful of being alone. So this you that see me wasn't there at all. In fact, I was a completely diametrically opposite personality, and I had a lot of self doubts, and I didn't feel that I could take care of myself, leave alone a little boy. He was just one, like I said, that point of time. So it left me very fearful, and I almost kind of got to a point where I wanted to, even probably was thinking of ending my life, because that's how traumatic it became for me. I was not working in that point of time. Actually, no. Let me. I had given up my job for a while, and then I'd started back work again, but I didn't have any bank balance or anything. And My father had passed away quite a long time ago, and those of you who are from India, you would know that um, divorce was a taboo at that point of time. So your neighborhoods and people around you, look at you as if you've done something wrong, especially being a woman. And thankfully now that's not the case now. Our country has really moved forward, at least in that way. But yeah, at that point of time, it was still a huge amount, a big deal, to be divorced. And I came to my mother, bless her. She and my sister stood rock solid with me. It was a difficult time for me, for all of us, in fact, because I was really losing it. I felt a huge amount of pain at the breakup come up. I wanted to hold on to the marriage, even though we were not compatible. Um, there was nothing wrong with the guy. It was just that we were not compatible. We were very different people, and needed very different things from life, which I see today. However, my family, my mom and my sisters stood rock solid with me. They took upon themselves to start to take care of my little boy, my baby. He was just 1 year at that point of time, and I ended up feeling rejected. And because of that, not good enough, and because of that, not confident and not sure, and all of that. And you can imagine, I needed to make a living now, yeah, because nothing was given to me on a silver platter, so to say. And not only make a living for myself, but also ensure that my son is taken care of. So I needed to do something. So the jobs that were forthcoming were also kind of holding all that programming of not good enough and low confidence, weren't really easy. However, I did end up getting some good jobs in India, but I needed to move out of that place because to be able to ensure a better future, let's say, for my son, because I understood one thing, that it was just me who he had. The other side wasn't very keen on connecting with him at that point of time. Probably they needed the space also. However, I understood that, if something happens to me, then he would not have anyone, to take care of him. So that came loud and clear to me, that it's just me, and I can't afford to, just leave the planet. So I moved to Dubai. I went from one job to the other, from one a relationship to the other, looking, searching for love, because there was a huge amount of feeling of emptiness that I was carrying inside me, along with the feelings of low self worth, and because of that, not being sure of myself. And I just felt as if I was being lifted. You know how you have the ocean and the waves just lift you and then throw you? That's what was happening. So my introduction to spirituality came about from my need to somehow get over this pain. And I realized that only after the sadness went away. So I realized that I probably was a borderline depressed person, because there was always a looming cloud of sadness that used to be there. No matter what I would be doing, I would be feeling sad. So when it lifted finally, that's when I was able to breathe, and I realized, oh my God, I hadn't realized, but I was depressed. And of course, I mean, good enough reason, because I didn't feel myself to be enough, like not good enough, not worthy enough, not loved enough, and not wanted by anyone. So I continued to go around, with a begging bowl, Like literally, whoever would put a morsel, I would be satisfied with that, not daring not to ask for more, lest even this is taken away. So that was the space that I was in. So from here, my introduction to spirituality happens, and I started to sit down, and of course, with so much of pain, I found a lot of solace there as I would sit down and meditate for hours together. And that point of time, I remember it was Shiva that I was praying to. So I would just pray for hours together, and I would feel some comfort because I felt that I started to hear another hear or get a response to whatever it was that I was praying for. uh, it could have been that it was coming from me at that point of time, but it gave me a lot of comfort. So I continued, and I still remember one day, it was I think back in 2009, I went into a deep trance whilst meditating. I must have been in it for almost about a good hour and a half or 2 hours. And I actually saw. So in India or in Hindi, we call it a darshan, which means the god or the goddess has actually made themselves available in your energy field and have appeared in front of you, and you can actually feel, touch, and connect with them. So I actually had a darshan, so to say, by none other than Shiva, yeah, like a very powerful god. I used to derive a lot of comfort having Shiva around me, and I've always seen Shiva as my, in place of my father, my birth father. So, because I lost my father very early on, I was just, I think, 15 or so when I lost my dad. So I saw Shiva there, and I was totally in bliss when I felt that presence, and that, in all its grandeur, it was right there in front of me. And I was like mesmerized, and completely in a place of, like I said, bliss. So um, I was asked by Shiva, what do you want? I mean, it's basically like, you've called me here now. What are you wanting? What do you want out of life? Ask me. So for me, I was so blissed out that I was like, no, I don't desire anything. When you're in that nice kind of high space where you just, all desires have seemingly moved away and you're just happy in the moment. So I was like, no, I don't desire anything. So he's like, no, you're still in the human body. He had to, like, literally, shake me and say, no, you're still in the human body. So ask what you want. So I somehow knew that asking anything material doesn't help, because that can get lost at any point of time. So by then, in my journey, I'd realized that the outside, the material, is only transient, and it can be taken away, by anything. So I said, okay. The thing that was bothering me was that I used to be, life was controlling me. I was used as a puppet by life. So anything that used to be very happy, I used to get so overjoyed, and I would be like really excited. And then something which would be not going according to me or whatever, I would just fall down. So basically, emotional highs and lows, yeah. And I wanted to be able to be set free from that, from the emotional highs and lows, from these roller coasters. And that's what I asked for. So I said, I don't want to be dependently rising and falling then with every situation. And I don't want the outside to control me. So, and he said to me, so be it, which in Hindi is tathastu. And he handed me a beautiful jade stone, which was a very big jade, and it was placed on my heart. And he said, "This is your wish granting jewel, and from here on, you will be able to, what was the word? You will be able to create magic or something of the sort." Um, so that was a huge, massive experience for me, and of course I've got series of those, and I really have a lot of gratitude for the energies taking care of me. Yeah, of course now I see Shiva as just the energy around, and which is these beings of light that are working with me. So I I what I wanted to really share with you today is how I went through that difficult process, so that you can have your insights, yeah, some aha moments. Probably, maybe my process, my journey might help you in some way. So I went through one job loss after another, not knowing where. How I would be taken care of. And this was around the recession time. Those of you who remember recession 2008 onwards, yeah. So that was when I found myself without a job, and for a good 3 years I didn't have anything, and I was like, how do I take care of my responsibilities? Because my son, I needed to send money back home. He hadn't come here to Dubai because I wasn't able to afford him at that point of time, and. And I needed to take care of my own daily life as well. So um, of course, I was taken care of. So something or the other came through. I had a lot of support in the form of friends and a part-time work opportunity that came my way and all of that. However, the emotional highs and lows were really intense at that point of time. So what I got out of that phase was that to be able to get out of any situation or any scenario that we are facing in our life, we need to be able to have a higher a higher a bird's eye view. So which means when I am in a particular situation and I am in deeply entrenched in it, yeah, that means I feel that I belong there and I've claimed it to be mine and I'm really in the midst of it, I will not be able to see the way out. So the only way is to be able to, by some form of meditation or prayers or something, raise your vibrations so that you can look at the situation from above, yeah, and 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 okay, let me give an example here. Let's say you're stuck in a traffic jam, yeah, and obviously you're just stuck there in it, and you belong there, and you can end up being there for hours together, yeah, and you're getting all irritated and frustrated, and definitely you really don't know what is the way out. So you just have lines of cars behind you and in front of you. However, if someone is looking at the traffic jam from a building, yeah, a top floor, the person would be able to see, oh my god, this person is sitting there so frustrated in their car, but just a little ahead he needs to go, and if he takes a right turn he would be out of the jam. So if you're able to view situations from a higher heightened energy space, you will understand and know that, not understand, understand. I've spoken in my other videos that vocabulary is a massive what do I call it? It keeps us stuck because it's a programming, yeah. So inner stand, no one stands under me, yeah. We are all kind of from an inner perspective, we are looking at life. So if you inner stand, the the problem of or the chaos of the entire situation is felt differently from a higher space versus when you're in the midst of it. Yeah. So that's why the vibrations, AI realized raising your vibrations is the key at that point of time when you're in the midst of a situation. Number two, what I got from it was because I was the kind of person who couldn't really stay miserable, you know, for a very long period of time. Initially, I was in that space, and then after that, I had raised my vibrations to a certain degree that I couldn't stay in that situation for very long. So what I would do was I would just say to myself, okay, this has happened now. Can we do anything about it? No, I mean, you just have to deal with it. Yeah, you choose how you want to deal with it. So I would be like, okay, I'm sad, or I've kind of had this issue come up, or whatever. In this moment, everything is fine. I'm sitting in my home, and now I choose how to experience the situation. So, whatever is the next best thing that is available, it could just be something very as simple as just switching on your television and watching something which is a comedy show, maybe. Yeah. So getting to that space of enjoying the now moment, yeah, what is that going to create? That's going to create your next moment from this vibration of enjoying, yeah, and feeling happy. Yeah. So in a quantum structure, like I've said, one cell, yeah, which is one moment, is leading to another moment, not one cell, sorry, a moment, which is this present now moment, is leading to the next moment, is leading to the third, to the fourth, and this is how a series of moments are created. And this is how your timeline, which will either be a lower vibrational one, at a lower frequency timeline, or a higher frequency timeline is determined. So I'm going to be doing another video where I'm going to be explaining this at length. But basically, in that moment, whatever makes you feel happy and joyous, just do that. Of course, after having honored whatever was wanting to be honored in that moment, which means after feeling the sadness or the hurt or the pain and all of that, so honoring that is very essential as well. But then moving to the next, not just unpacking and living there, that okay, now this is where I just start to live. No. Don't give yourself that luxury to be there for too long. So step out. And why is the stepping out important? Because whatever vibration you're holding, you are going to be creating your life. The next moment is coming from that vibration. Yeah. So the more you're able to bring yourself to acceptance of the what is, which means this is how I am feeling right now, and there's nothing that can be done about it. So it's my choice, my internal decision how to experience this thing, which is going to even make the thing move out faster for you. And you'll be able to check out from that space sooner. So making that decision, the acceptance of the waters, is very important. And then just picking up whatever is there that you can really in that moment do, which is going to ensure that you check out from the space. So, however, remember, feeling the now moment and honoring the now moment is also very important. So these were just a couple of things that I felt I must share with my like vibe tribe, so that if you're finding yourselves facing situations and not knowing how to step out of it, yeah, you get a few cues here. That's what the platform is for. I just come here and we just share our ideas and whatever it is that I have felt. And I know you guys have been sending questions as well, so I have been addressing some of those, and I'm going to be addressing questions, and whatever your insights are. If you want to share something with me, you're most welcome to do that. So yeah, thank you so much. It's beautiful. I'm enjoying myself thoroughly. I am hoping that you two are. So with that, thanks a lot. Enjoy.